How Dumbledore accidentally created Voldemort. When Albus Dumbledore first met Tom Riddle, he probably thought he was saving a gifted kid from a bleak life in the Muggle world. He was offering him a place at Hogwarts, a chance to be great. But what if he wasn't saving him at all? What if, on that fateful day at Wool's orphanage, Dumbledore didn't just meet a troubled boy, he unleashed a monster? This is the story of how the greatest wizard of his time may have accidentally created his greatest enemy, and how a forgotten Tom Riddle, left to his own devices, might have become something else entirely. The story we all know is that Dumbledore, who was the Transfiguration professor at the time, visited a London orphanage to invite a magically gifted boy to Hogwarts. It was an act of kindness and inclusion, but you could also see this single, well-intentioned decision as one of the biggest mistakes in wizarding history. By bringing Tom Riddle to Hogwarts, Dumbledore unintentionally gave the budding sociopath access to the three things he desperately craved, the three things that would forge him into Lord Voldemort: knowledge, a legacy, and power. Without Dumbledore's intervention, Riddle's dark path might have looked very different. Before Hogwarts, Tom Riddle was a local terror, using his raw, uncontrolled magic to bully the other orphans. He knew he was special, but he had no idea why or what his limits were. Hogwarts changed all of that. For Riddle, it wasn't a school, it was an arsenal. He devoured the library, especially the restricted section. Now you needed a professor's permission to get in there, but Riddle was a model student, charming, brilliant, and incredibly persuasive to nearly every teacher except Dumbledore. While other kids were studying for exams, Riddle was digging into the darkest arts, specifically researching Horcruxes. It was in a Hogwarts library book, Secrets of the Darkest Art, that he found the secrets to achieving immortality. Dumbledore's invitation didn't just give him a school supply list, it gave him access to a library of forbidden knowledge that would make him nearly impossible to kill. In the Muggle world, Tom was a nameless orphan, a nobody, and he hated it. He was born and abandoned at the orphanage, his witch mother, Merope Gaunt, dying shortly after his birth. But at Hogwarts he found out who he really was, not just a wizard, but the direct descendant of Salazar Slytherin, one of the school's legendary founders. This discovery didn't just give him an identity, it gave him a twisted sense of purpose. The legend of the Chamber of Secrets was no longer just a story, it was his birthright. His hatred for Muggles and Muggleborns now felt justified, rooted in history. Dumbledore brought him to the one place on Earth where his anger could transform into a pure-blood crusade that would one day terrorize the entire wizarding world. A strange, lonely boy in a Muggle orphanage doesn't have much influence, but a brilliant, charming, and handsome student at Hogwarts, he can build an army. Tom Riddle played the part of a model student perfectly, becoming a prefect and earning the admiration of most of his teachers, all while Dumbledore watched with suspicion. He used this charisma to gather his first followers, a gang of Slytherins fascinated by his power and his ideas about blood purity. This group became the blueprint for the Death Eaters. Right under the noses of the faculty, Riddle built his inner circle, honing his skills in manipulation and leadership. Hogwarts wasn't just his magical training ground, it was where he learned to become the commander of a dark army. So, what if Dumbledore had trusted his gut? After seeing the darkness in that little boy's room, the stolen trinkets and Tom's cold admission of tormenting others, what if he had just walked away? Had Tom Riddle been left at Wool's orphanage, trapped in the Muggle world he despised, his story would have been completely different. His magic would have remained raw and undisciplined. He might have become a uniquely terrifying criminal, a mysterious killer whose methods baffled Muggle police, but he would have been a contained threat. Without Hogwarts, he never would have found the books on Horcruxes, never confirmed his Slytherin heritage, and never had a fertile recruiting ground to build his army. Dumbledore, hoping to monitor a potentially dangerous boy by bringing him into the wizarding world, accidentally handed him the keys to the kingdom. Albus Dumbledore's decision wasn't malicious, It came from a place of principle, a belief that education and community could change a person for the better. He saw a boy with immense talent and offered him everything, failing to realize that for a soul as broken as Tom Riddle's, that world was just a bigger box of weapons. In a tragic twist of fate, Dumbledore's greatest act of perceived kindness may have been his single greatest failure. He didn't just invite a troubled boy to school, he cultivated the very ground in which Lord Voldemort could grow, paving the path to evil with his own good intentions. But what's your take? Do you think Voldemort's rise was inevitable, or was Dumbledore the unwitting catalyst who made it all happen? Let me know your theory in the comments below. And if you enjoy exploring the hidden corners of the wizarding world, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more.